Okay, welcome everybody to the Mike on the Mike show. My name is Mike, your host as usual. We have a great show today. We're going to be talking about the real estate industry market for many of you looking for a new home. And we have a great expert on the line here. He is a real estate agent. His name is Mr. Michael Wolf. Michael, are you there?
I am. Thanks for having me, Mike.
Great. All right, Michael. Well, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what you do, about your line of work, how you got started in the industry. Just tell us about your business.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. I'm a residential realtor, a professional for residential and also in residential investment property. I work with my wife, Jessica, and our team, the Wolf Real Estate Group, specialize in all residential and investment property in San Diego County. We've been very fortunate the last couple of years. We've made and created our business in the depths of the recession, and we've created a really nice, lean, and efficient business group and model out of working out of the recession. So this would be my 8th year in this business, and every single year for me has just been one learning lesson and stepping stone after another. So I'm excited for the future and very, very fortunate to have learned what I've learned from the past.
Great. Now, how did you really get involved in real estate? What kind of brought you there? Was it just an interest? You just growing up, you just wanted to decide you wanted to sell homes, or was it just something that happened to you, or just can you tell us a little about how you got kind of involved with real estate?
It's funny. When my parents were selling their house to move to the neighborhood where I was, where I originally grew up, which is called Poway in San Diego County, I do remember dressing up as the realtor and like faking like I was him. So maybe from a really early age I had it in me, but I really didn't consider doing real estate until after I pursued a master's degree in architecture. I had a real sobering account with a teacher that explained to me where that role would take me or where that profession would take me. It didn't align with where I wanted to be, especially when I found out that even with a master's degree, as a practicing and working architect, I would be getting paid $14 to $15 an hour, which was ridiculous, and it would take me nearly a decade just to pay for the student loans that I'd rack up. So 1 year into my architecture school, which I got like straight A's and a scholarship for, it was the best I've ever done in school. I was super motivated, but 1 year into it, I had to call it quits, and I wanted to pursue something else that came to me during that time. An influential teacher told me about his career and how he started in real estate, so I said, you know what? Architecture, selling homes, they both have to do with property. So let's just make this minor transition and give it a shot. So I called the closest Century 21 agencies to me. And Century 21 was that brand, the same brand that guy who helped sell my parents' house when I was a little kid. Whatever happened back then, that brand stuck in my head. So I called the local Century 21 office. One of the guys called me back, started training me, and through one way or the other, that's how I kind of got started, and that was in 2006. I remember getting my license in San Diego. Everybody starts to get their license at doing a crash course, and then they have to take the test. In 2005, when I was taking the test, it was in an entire ballroom that comprised maybe 1,200 people getting their license all at the same time. So it was absolutely ridiculous. An entire ballroom of the San Diego Convention Center was filled with people getting their license, and I would just love to see how many of those 1,200 people that day are actually still practicing and doing real estate on a full-time basis. I bet 5 of them are, me being one of them. So that's kind of how we started.
Yeah, that's a great story coming from architecture, and then I can't blame you from wanting to switch out when you found out $14 to $16 an hour, and all that schooling is just not gonna. It's gonna be a tough time to pay off all those loans for sure. But that's great. I mean, it sounds like things have really turned around for you choosing real estate, and you definitely seem to be really happy with it. So I'm glad that everything has worked out, and you made a wise decision, it sounds like, in switching. Are there any accomplishments you're particularly proud of, or anything that you wanna share with us?
with regards to real estate as a profession, I've been really dead set on being able to have production distinctions and recognition, not just within my office, but doing as much and being able to succeed as much as possible outside the office, outside of my community, my city, and the nation as a whole. So in addition to being one of the top producers in my company, a company that is well respected within San Diego, that is one of the best companies in San Diego, something that I've been recognized for is being a top 30 agent recognized by the National Association of Realtors. So every year they recognize 30 agents or 30 realtors that are under the age of 30, and I was one of them for last year, 2012. In addition to that, I'm really active within my local realtor board. I'm on several committees with regards to professional standards, with regards to ethics, with regards to a young professionals network. These are the things that I involve myself with when I do have some free time that help make the professional standards improve and better for other professionals like myself and for the public at large. I'm also a published author of the First Time Homebuyer book, which is a book that's meant to have anybody who's kind of starting their process out at looking for a home for the first time to be able to read this book and get all of the key steps and concepts necessary so that when you go through the process of finding your first home and buying your first home, that you almost come from a standpoint of being able to have all the experience that I have condensed into a book. I'm currently working on my second book called The First Time Investor Book because I do believe that we're going to be seeing a large demand and a need for investment property as a sustainable and suitable asset class for many baby boomers that are looking to retire and looking to diversify as opposed to just stocks and bonds. Having a little bit of investment real estate in their portfolio would be good for them. And the reason why I felt I could write that book for the First Time Homebuyer book was because of the amount of first-time homebuyers that myself and my wife have helped bring through each step of the way, from beginning, not knowing anything, to your closing escrow on your first home, and you are now a homeowner, and putting everything in between in that book. So I feel that in a short amount of time, we've done a lot, relatively speaking, relative to what most other agents may do in the few years that we've been working as professionals, and no plans to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it sounds like you've really you've been involved with a lot of stuff, and a lot of accomplishments. The 30 under 30, that's an incredible thing. I mean, not many people can say they've been able to achieve so much, and before they're 30.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and the book thing too. I mean, that's another a great thing. How many people can say they've published a book?
That's
not correct. Many. And just that you're so involved and willing to help other people, and it just goes a long way. And I know a lot of people out there are looking for a home right now, and your book sounds like a phenomenal resource for them. Is there a website or anything you want to share that people can check out for that book?
The website for the first book. The second book's in the process. Drafts almost done. It's getting edited. But for the first book, the First Time Homebuyer book, is super simple. It's www.thefirsttimehomebuyerbook.com. You can also Google the First Time Homebuyer book, and you could find the First Time Homebuyer book on Amazon as well as some other key sites like Barnes and Noble's site for the Nook and things of that nature. So if you Google it or look on the firsttimehomebuyerbook.com, it'll be easily found, and it's available in book format as well as the e-reader format.
Okay, great. Yeah, very versatile then for all the technology users out there who like to just read from their iPads or Kindles or whatnot. So good, a lot of options, especially for the traditional book readers as well. So yeah, that's awesome. Now I guess I just want to ask you. For people out there who are looking for a home and they're looking for help, like what would you say someone should, if they're looking to hire a real estate agent such as yourself, like what should they know? Like what should they look for? How would they go about selecting the right expert to help them in their search?
From the book, and that's a great question. But what I would say first, if I'm in that position and I'm ready to buy my house and I don't know who is going to help me, what I would do first and foremost is I would ask those who are around me that I absolutely trust 100%, whether that's close friends or family members who have recently gone through the process of purchasing a home, and I would ask for their referrals. I would also, if that wasn't an option or a possibility, I would also go on to social media and go to peer review type of sites, such as Angie's List or Yelp.com, things of that nature, like kudzu.com is another one. But those are, at least you can see from a standpoint that there's an edification and a referral type of process occurring, and that you aren't just picking a name out of a phone book or Googling, real estate agents in Dayton or real estate agents in Tallahassee or Los Angeles or wherever you happen to be throughout the country.
Right.
An option that I offer in the book is if you email me, I can get you in touch with somebody who I network with and refer within my own network for agents across the country who work the way that I work. And I started doing a professional business coach. When I do and practice real estate on a daily basis, I am coached and held accountable by my business coach, and the same people that go through that same process that are other professional agents around the nation that work the same way that I do and ascribe to the same principles and standards of practice. That's who I refer the clients and the people who read the book that are also looking for an agent and don't necessarily have one. If you don't have the book on you, or if that's not something you're looking to do, I would ask close personal friends for referrals, and then if that wasn't a possibility, I'd go to the internet and start looking at peer review sites and then choosing the best person who gives you the warm and fuzzies inside after you speak with them. You may actually have to interview with a couple people. You may find out or realize or feel that after speaking with the first person, that's the person that you want to have help you. The one thing I would say is that usually the best agents out there are not the ones that you see on the bus stop bench, or not the ones that you see doing the commercials or on radio. The best agents out there are the ones that work relationally and that work 100% by referral. If I didn't work by referral and I made my business as a result of having to put a specific and substantial amount of money into marketing, just so I could get transactions. That makes me more of a transactional related type of business person. But I ascribe myself and many of those who I refer to, we do business relationally and by referral, meaning that we want to do such a good job for our clients. We put all our heart, energy, soul, time, and effort into their situation to make sure that they're ultimately happy and pleased, so that they refer me to their friends and family and so on and so forth. That way, if we do a good job for them, we can ensure that our future is absolutely going to be taken care of by means of our referrals from past satisfied clients and customers. But if I'm spending all my time marketing and putting, time and energy and effort and money into putting bits on commercials or on radio spots, on the bus stop bench ads, doing flyers and things of that nature, making cold calls, all that time that I'm putting into that is time that's being taken away from the clients that I should be helping at the same time. So many times, the agents that you hear about may not be the best agents to use for your particular real estate transaction. Utilize the referral, utilize social media to look to see who's getting the best reviews. That would be my best advice, finding an agent for you.
Yeah, that's excellent advice, Michael. I appreciate you sharing that. I think referrals are a big part of pretty much any business. It's you build a good foundation for yourself. You make good connections with people, treat people right, and give them good quality service and help that they're looking for. Then, sure, they're going to spread the word and tell their friends and whoever about you, and leave good reviews. Like you mentioned on Yelp and Kudzu and a lot of those other type sites.
Absolutely.
So, that definitely is a big part and a big boost in helping people like yourself and others like you just continue to have thriving businesses. Now, I know we're kind of running short on time. I know you got to go here. But just real quick, I know you particularly you work in the San Diego metro area. Mm-hmm. And I know you mentioned, we have callers all over the country here in the U.S. So if you, I I know you have a big network of people now. If anyone is looking for assistance with you in San Diego or elsewhere, do you have any contact info you want to share, a website or any of that?
For sure.
Listeners?
If you'd like to get in touch with me, feel free to go to my website. My wife's name is Jessica, and I'm Mike. So our website is mikeandjessica.net. That's MIKEAND, Jessica.net. They can find everything about me, about what we do, and so on and so forth. From that website, they can get my contact information. We'd love to take it from there.
Okay, awesome. And you said is your book also available on your website as well for someone looking for that?
The book there's a link on that website for the book, but the book's main site is www.thefirsttimehomebuyerbook.com.
Right, okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that it was on your actual website as well.
Yeah.
Just so, anyone could get it from any resource they choose. Okay. All right, Mike. Well, yeah, I know you got to run again, like I said, and I really appreciate having you on the call with us tonight. And I know our listeners are going to be very very pleased, and they got a lot of good information from you. And I'm very grateful that you were able to share it with us tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Mike, and hopefully the information I've shared tonight will help people on their way to reaching their goals. And it's my pleasure, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate it again as well. And you have yourself a good night, and I hope we can meet up again and get you back on a later date in the show.
Anytime, Mike. Absolutely. Thanks so much.
All right. Take care.
Good deal.
Thanks.